Dear friends, good morning. Today we are going to see something about a value called as humility. Now when we think of humility, we think of one person. No? Immediately this person comes to our mind, Dr. Abdul Kalam. Why we are able to think about him, he is a man of humility. There are all experiences, all life stories of Dr. Abdul Kalam tells that he was a person of humility. Of course, he is remembered because he was a great scientist and he became the president of India, and because of that there are a lot of people who are humble around us. But here we think about him because in spite of all his status and positions and everything, still he was able to retain that one great quality called as humility. That's why he is actually liked. Okay, it is not because why do we remember him so much and why are we talking about him even now? It's not because he was a scientist or not because he was the president and everything. It is because of that beautiful quality. So he's liked by everybody, especially the youngsters and everyone. So this is something we have to understand. Real humility is the greatest virtue and we need to develop it. So let us now see, and if we are humble now, there will be a lot of goodwill, like how Dr. Abdul Kalam developed, and we'll be able to maintain good relationship with all, and we'll be able to be mentally healthy and happy all the time. If you have to understand what is humility, we need to understand what is pride. The opposite of humility is pride, that is arrogance. So I think it is better to understand pride and then we'll be able to understand what is humility. So I've just noted down few points, basically looking at my own self. Okay, number one, let us see what are the symptoms of pride. Okay, what are the symptoms of pride? 10 points I've just written. I'll just tell it very fast. It's up to us to think, that's all. The first thing is that the people with pride are actually easily provoked by the slightest comments of others. And the second one is that, as I said, very reactive. Immediately, they will not give time to think. They immediately tell back. They immediately react back. Okay, so that's what they said. No, don't react but respond. But we are very reactive. Most of us are very reactive. That's because we are actually thinking little high about ourselves and we want to put the other person down immediately. So that is actually a facet of pride. And the third one is, people with pride, they love to talk about themselves quite a lot all the time. That everyone knows. They want to talk about their achievements and they really talk a lot about. But sometimes there is a fourth symptom. There are some people, in the pretext of being humble, they don't talk much in a group. Okay, they will just sit like that because thinking that they are very humble. But actually inside they are really expecting others have to comment about their achievements. Others have to talk about them. Others have to ask them to speak about them. They are actually waiting for that. And the fifth point is, if they are not given a chance, as I said, they become very angry. They talk about it later. Okay, they say that, see, I did everything and none of them bothered to mention about it. Right? So that is there. And the sixth point is, self-pity is there for people who have pride. There is some kind of an expectation that they are expecting from people. That's a component of pride. All this will take away your mental health. But we really don't realize that this is a component of pride. Okay, and the seventh point is, these people, we brood over the past. We would have done a good program, we would have conducted a big event and all, and we would have been the main people behind it and everything would have gone well. Few mistakes would have happened here and there. Okay, but we think about that mistakes and then we keep on brooding about it. They think that it is their failure that caused the problem in the whole program. So if you are a person who's thinking about the past and worrying about it and not looking at the blessings, then you are a person with pride. Okay, and then the eighth point is, they are very conscious about the reputation, their status and their position. Say, I have come to this level, I am so and so. Okay, so they are very much conscious about it. Everybody has to give respect to that position. So here we can connect the cine actress or actors and everyone. They have been in a good position, they have been extremely beautiful hero, but they cannot remain like that all the time. So they want to remain like that because they think it is their reputation that gives them that recognition. So they try to always maintain that beauty and everything. They don't want to show their real self. And one day finally comes that they are really old and they want, and they lose all their confidence, and they become really unhappy. Many of them commit suicide also when their reputation comes down, which means they are highly relying only on their status and position and reputation. They are very much concerned about what people think outside. They don't want to show their real self. So best example I just gave. Okay, now, and the ninth point is, people with pride, always they have a fear in them all the time. Because for them, I am in this position now. Anytime others can overrule me. So they are always conscious about how to, put them down, or try to put others down so that they remain in that position all the time. So somebody might take over me. So that fear is always there. So that pride and fear, when it goes together, it is very disastrous for that person as well as for the people outside. So that fear will always be there, and jealousy also comes in, and your actions will be basically to put the others down. So that will be there. And the 10th point, according to me, they are very critical about other things that are happening. They always find fault with all the other programs or all the other people and everything. What does that mean? I am correct, but everything else is wrong. So that is very much a clear symptom of pride. I think we really have to think about it. Okay?